The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Pulled in at the 24. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Garoppolo gives to Breida. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure.
Offense.
So decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
21. Hey, high 7. 58. Go ahead.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. He took out some anger, some apparent anger against that defense. The yards just kept going up and up and up.
Yeah, he was just running up and down the field doing whatever he wanted. By the end of the game, he was seeing 2, sometimes 3 defenders on every snap. Yet he was still making play after play. It was like he was running routes versus air in practice.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now Garoppolo. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
11. Hey, seam 6. Go ahead.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
3rd and long. It's gone. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down to Garoppolo. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Garoppolo on 1st down. And this one's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
One, Omaha.
Let's get in home. Switch. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Stick.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
We got to get the ball.
Garoppolo again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trevor Williams was shot out of a cannon there on the corner blitz. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter #1. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Martin, go. 180.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quan Alexander in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Drop deep.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing on third. Goff. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big time.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's what I do. Check 43.
On first down, here's Breida. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Go ahead.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
1, Omaha.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. First down San Francisco to pick up 14 yards. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the... And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Hard to believe, but the regular season starting to draw to a close. We've got the final Sunday night game of the year coming up later tonight. Matt Nagy and the Bears hosting his mentor, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be a good one from Frigid Soldier Field. And then tomorrow night, the final Monday night game of the year, Packers and Vikings from Minneapolis. And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is gone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
Mike 20.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Out of the gun. Gone. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
Here we go. Black 80!
Come on, baby.
2, 2, 2.
51, Mike, 51.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
White.
Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, Not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Goff on third down. This is caught. It's Cooks. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks. 79 yards. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Garoppolo now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
12, 21. Here we go.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
51 to Mike. 51.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 22 yards there, a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
12.
Right here, guys. Fight.
Go ahead.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
11. I got you.
Man, I got you.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Trevor Williams there on the coverage. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis in the final seconds of the first half. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Gold with the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense is trying to really stop him.
Here we go.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw is Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he's got it. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big run there by Gurley. 41 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Gone. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Goal. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march off another 15 against your squad.
Garoppolo on first down. Open man is Samuel, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Now Garoppolo. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it, complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 90.
12, fellas, here we go.
Say. Check 24, check 24. Hey, switch gears. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up. Jim. Watch the eye. Slam.
He's coming. We got double up.
Kill.
21. Here we go.
Now a give coming right is Breida.
Watch the shoot.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
White.
On 2nd and 1, Garoppolo feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Avery Jones making his presence felt on the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it?
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Gurley, nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Goff. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let them. And he's going to go down again. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Garoppolo. Looking left side, and it's complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Check. 12, fellas, here we go. Check 20.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but Kenny rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Gurley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. The 40, 30, past the 20. Trying to get it to Woods.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Let's get off the field.
I got you.
Shift.
Flag.
Shift. Kill.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Goff. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Check tight. Check tight. 51.
Hey, gun. 12.
Let him know.
Garoppolo looking to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Check 52.
Garoppolo now. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Overall, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so.
Brandon Cooks, the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the 49er hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And Woods has it complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Hey, alert! Alert!
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running? Under pressure, they got him again. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is gone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go. Black 80! Hey, tight. 12, fellas, here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass,